Dude, welcome back to Chillin with the Dudes. I'm your host, PC, and obviously, it's a little bit of a welcome different... back to Chillin with the Dudes. I'm your host, PC. And sorry about that, folks. My audio is going a little bit differently here, and but so I figure this out, I'm gonna have P4 talk for a little while. All right, does that help? I was echoing into my headphones. That's why everything was going that way. But now that there you go. You know what? Sometimes you learn, sometimes you don't. But welcome back to Hanging Out with the Dudes. Obviously, we're a little bit short-handed here. Hopefully, the dudes, Howard and Mr. K. Stelt can come and join us today. But let's introduce the dude that is here, Mr. P4. Thank you for helping me out. Just introduce yourself, man. How are we doing today? How's the West Coast life treating you? Shout out. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a great show. First, we're gonna go over some NBA and some college basketball. It's gonna be some interesting topics there. I'm gonna go over my way too early top 10 here, so that should be exciting stuff. Mr. K. Stelt's gonna join us eventually. He's gonna lead us into the MLB segment of the evening. Then we have UFC 302 right around the corner next weekend. Everybody's super excited about that, especially, our main man from way out west, P4, which we're going to talk about some of that. And then we've got a little bit of a game for you, maybe a trivia game if these guys can get in here and help us out. But it should be fun. It's called Are You Smart or Dumb? We'll explain the rules when we get to that segment. But for now, let's talk a little bit about the NBA here. So we're down to our final four teams, right? We've got the Dallas Mavericks playing the Minnesota Timberwolves. Should be a phenomenal series. It is currently 2-1, and it just looks like it's about to be 3-0 as I'm currently watching. So it looks like that series is about to wrap up. Boston played the Pacers, and, just a little bit of a recap of what happened in these two series. Luka just hits a big shot to end the game. In the Boston Celtics game series versus the Indiana Pacers, yet again the Celtics get a matchup where a key figure, if not the best player on their squad, gets hurt. It's super unfortunate. They go down 2-0, and then last night they played and a guy named Andrew Nimhard. A shout out to Andrew Nimhard. He was a Gonzaga player, really, really good when he played there. He balled out in game 3, but unfortunately they could not keep this Boston team to be able to, at full strength, to be able to pull off a 2-1 victory or a 2-1 series, but it's now 3-0. Nobody has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit, so it's not looking good for the Indiana Pacers. So we're going to have to talk about a little bit. If you think Boston here, they've got, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and, Al Horford, Drew Holiday coming, playing a huge factor. They are... if you look at their road so far from the Eastern Conference playoffs, right? They started off playing the Miami Heat, except for they didn't have Jimmy Butler or Mr. Himmy Butler himself throughout that entire series. So that was obviously, they won in 5 there with nothing really hard. Then they came and they played a Cleveland Cavaliers team who was really, really good, but you could tell was broken at the start because Donovan Mitchell is a free agent next year, and he's going to be very difficult to he's not really happy in Cleveland, and you could see that team was falling apart, especially when Jared Allen went down another injury in the Eastern Conference, and it seemed to bulldoze on Cleveland as Boston sweep them. Didn't sweep them, excuse me. Put them in a Game 5 series, and then they finally find themselves in the Eastern Conference Finals, which you were hoping it was going to be, Milwaukee and Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks, or was it going to be the New York Knicks, the teams that P4 and I, picked to win the whole thing in the very end? And we get the Indiana Pacers, and nothing against the Indiana Pacers, but Jalen Brunson did get hurt in the semifinal, and that really, really hurt them in Game 7 of that series to lose. And so then now we set up the Pacers versus the Boston Celtics, and the Pacers were playing well though. Game 1, they barely lost, and then in Game 2, their best guy, Tyrese Halliburton, goes down with a hand injury. So if Boston ends up sweeping this, P4, real quick, do you think that Boston benefits or doesn't benefit from like only going 4 or 5 games in the series when you have to take on a team from the West? No, all good. So from Boston Celtics, right? Because they've had to go through they 5, right? 5, and then probably 4, maybe 5. Indiana maybe gets 1 back or whatever. But they haven't had a really big road, and they haven't really played anybody that hard. So going into the NBA Finals, do they benefit or do they not benefit from not playing anybody throughout the entire Eastern Conference playoffs? Dallas, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and Minnesota is going to find themselves in a 3-0 hole here as they finish up on TNT with the victory of Dallas of 116-107. Ant played well, but, Dallas is just very, very good, and they've got that veteran leadership there. So we got a 3-0 series that transitions us right into the second part of the Mavericks versus the Timberwolves. Now, the Timberwolves beat out the reigning defending champs in the Denver Nuggets in 7 games. And that was a huge series. Everybody thought that Joker and the Denver Nuggets were done after game 2. They came fighting back, and that series was phenomenal. But, don't discredit what Dallas had to go through to get to their part of this semifinal as well. I mean, they had to beat an LA Clippers team that was really, really hot, that had James Harden, had Paul George, and even though Kawhi was hurt for, majority of the series, it still was, they could be really good. They had Russell Westbrook coming off the bench, so that team was really hot, and it took them 6 games to beat them. Then they had to go play the youngest ever Western Conference champion in the Oklahoma City Thunder, and everybody knew that this team was young and good and hungry. And Dallas and Luka Doncic go off and be able to beat them in 6. And now there are putting as a Mr. Pat Bev pod, shout out Pat Bev, goes belt to ass. They are whipping on the Minnesota Timberwolves right now as a 3-0 commanding lead. Like I said earlier, there's never been anybody that's ever been able to come back from a 3-0 lead. So we'll see how that goes from there. But man, Dallas had a huge, a hard road. Have to play LA, the Clippers, even with their history of being not very good. There's phenomenal players there. Then they had to play OKC, and now they're playing the Timberwolves. Honestly, in my opinion, this might be the greatest championship run to the NBA Finals in the Western Conference since 2011. Dirk, who was actually in the crowd, sat out Dirk with that fadeaway. But Luka's balling, Kyrie Irving's balling, and that's going to be a phenomenal series that I think we're end up getting. I think both teams either cover it out in the sweep or in Game 5. I could see Boston sweeping, and I probably think the Mavs would win in 5, if not 4. So if we've got the final of the Mavericks and the Boston Celtics, P4, with no knowledge at all, Who do you think's gonna win between the Mavericks and the Boston Celtics? Yep.
Looking feisty as it kind of usually does. You hope that the Celtics don't think that they can just coast this situation like LeBron has been or has in the past, where it's just like decades of destroying the East, where the Celtics think, oh, well, we'll get back to this. Hopefully, they want to win this title because this is their best chance. Yeah, I guess Boston. We'll see. That the Dallas team's really good
Yeah,
though.
they're super fun to watch too, especially if the guy of PJ Washington and Derek Jones Jr. for Dallas can really get going. That'll be a phenomenal series. I'm super excited. I'm hoping Porzingis will be healthy for Boston. I think if Porzingis is healthy for Boston, I think Boston wins in six. I just think Luca is like that, but I think their matchups really help with Drew Holiday matching up against Kyrie, and then Jalen Brown or Jason, if you want to go a little bit bigger, matching up on Luca. I mean, Luca's almost impossible to guard. But I mean, you're gonna have to figure out a way, and I don't know. I'm hoping for a Game 7 great series. That's what I'm hoping out of this. So, oh my goodness, look who it is, ladies and gentlemen. Almost 15
Drum
minutes
roll,
late to
please.
the podcast is Mr. Howard. Sir, how are we doing this afternoon
Now,
slash evening?
I am doing pretty good, and I was doing great before about a little after 9. And it's been a little crappy all over St. Louis today. It's been pretty bad. But it just decided out of nowhere to have really shitty internet as I was set up, and I looked exactly as I am looking at you right now. And I was chilling, I was booling, I was playing UFC actually. And all of a sudden, everything just went bad, and I was trying to connect, and it was 9:28, and I was like, it looks like I'm not making it on time. So I'm here
It's
now,
all
though,
good.
and that is all that counts.
Yes, sir, absolutely. So, real quick, I just asked P4 the question. I'll ask you now. So, we really got a 3-0 advantage in Boston and now a 3-0 advantage in Dallas. So, it's looking like we're getting a Dallas Boston Celtics finals. If you had to predict a winner right now, who would it be, and then in how many games?
And I mean, Celtics got such a stacked team, but the Mavericks right now are just really hot, and I mean, it looks like what like everybody advertised Kyrie and Luka duo like would look like is really has advertised now, and they're both cooking. They got really good support on their team, especially Derek Lively. I'm a big Derek Lively fan. PJ Washington's even showed out,
Yeah.
and I really like their team. If there's a team right now that has the hot streak and can play real ball, I think it's the Mavericks that can take down the strong Celtics and Kyrie beating Boston, his old team.
Yeah, that'd be crazy, especially seeing when they go to Madison Square Garden in Game 1. That
TD, TD.
2D, my bad, excuse me, but we'll see what happens there. So
Sorry, Knicks.
that'll be yeah, I know that was something. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. But that kind of is going to transition us into a little bit of college basketball news. Just want to touch up here a little bit. I've got my top 10 that I'm going to tell you guys about. But first, the biggest news at all of it, for at least the dudes in sports, Duke and Kansas will be playing each other in Vegas this next year. And since Mr. P4 is a huge Duke fan, I just wanted to see what your thoughts are on the game. Do you think it's going to be interesting, or do you think your powerhouse five stars are going to beat the brakes off the savvy vets of Kansas?
Well, I'm not even sure if they're going to have necessarily the savvy vets that you talk about. They do have a couple good transfers coming in from Rice, Alabama, Wisconsin, and South Dakota State. Zeke Mayo,
Zeke Mayo is really
Jackrabbits.
good.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sure he
Rabbits.
was in the FCS. FBS, whatever.
Hey,
he
you
was
know
playing
what?
in.
South Dakota, they made the tournament last year.
Yep.
He was like one of their best
They're,
players.
He was
I
unranked out
mean,
of high school, so didn't even
And we
have a
do have
24/7
savvy vets
score
coming
rating.
back in DeJuan
hey man, stars don't matter.
and Hunter
nowadays.
Dickinson and KJ Adams.
Hunter Dickinson's
Yeah,
probably going to get drafted.
I don't
KU
like.
in the
No, he's
second
not.
KU's pretty good.
I don't want him to win, but I don't want him. I'd rather him go to the draft, but he's not going to the draft. He's not getting drafted. There's no way.
Duke has like one of the best recruiting classes.
Oh yeah,
that has
no,
ever
100%.
been.
Well, they've got. I
coming
mean,
in.
what's really nice about them too is they retained Caleb
very
Foster
young,
and
very
Tyrese
interesting.
Proctor. Yeah, I mean they're
I'm
going to be
really
good.
You got some of the
interested.
vets
It's
coming back,
really
too.
young.
Mhm.
This is really going to be a big year for. Oh my God.
Shire?
Yeah, Shire. John
Yes.
Shire. This is like make or break year, and if he really
100%.
just stinks this season because everybody's young, he's going to need to be the vet, the coach, you know. So if he can't do that, then that's not the guy that Duke needs, and they got to look for other options.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what
I
happens.
think he has a little
here.
bit longer
I think he's got
evolution
longer
than
than
that.
he's not on the hot seat this year. I think
I think
they'll
next
run him out
season
of
will
town.
be
Yeah,
his
if,
hot season if he's not.
if he's not
showing
very
up.
good this
Yeah.
year. Yeah, that makes sense.
If he just
if Duke
completely
has
just
20 losing
poops.
seasons in a row, John Shire may be
yeah,
on the hot seat.
I don't. I think Duke is a little bit different because in Kentucky, like if you're really bad in Kentucky, they will boo you out after 1 year. Where Duke is like they will, but it
they
won't
gave
be
they gave
as bad.
Calipari more.
Oh
than
my
enough.
goodness. We got him finally back in the building. Mr. K. Stelt, fashionably 15 minutes late. How are we doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm tired, but I'm doing good. I got
Nice,
a question to
yeah.
ask you guys. I can ask it later, but really funny story today at reffing the EYBL tournament that LeBron James was at today. Pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
What?
That's
That's
pretty
pretty
sweet.
nuts.
But we were
Wait.
just getting into the Kansas versus Duke
Yep.
Las Vegas showdown. We just talked P4's thoughts. P4, you obviously you think Duke's going to win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So K. Stelt, what's your
When's this
Cooper.
game? Is it kind of like beginning of the
November?
season?
Yeah, it's like in November, December.
Child.
It's
Next
kind
to an
of
airport
early.
right now.
So, Mr. K. Stelt, what is your not biased opinion at all about the Kansas versus Duke game?
I mean, Duke's gonna be loaded this year with Cooper Flag and They got a couple transfers coming in. KU again has the best transfer class in the nation. Surprise, surprise. I just, I assume that KU is probably going to be really good in the non-con, like they were last season. So they have a really good shot at beating Duke. There's no odds for it out, apparently. Wonder why? Because it's like what 8
Dude, I
months
mean,
away.
you
Well,
really,
it's May.
like,
This is just a little segment. It's
like
a long
it's
ways away.
still like it's still tough to make like college football predictions.
Yeah,
because,
no.
I was
like,
gonna
there's
say
still
we haven't
little
even
things
talked
going on.
about college football yet.
That's
but-
coming up though.
Yeah, we'll
Stay
have a- we'll
tuned for
have
that.
a- yes,
Is
for that.
college football
Oh,
fans.
yeah.
I've been doing research.
I'd,
Continue.
I'd say KU wins just because of the veteran status they got coming in. That's just what I got. But I wouldn't be surprised if Duke won at all.
That'd be big. Probably like a big Cooper Flag game, or who knows?
Yeah, you
It's
need
funny
somebody
that-
to
Coming
step
big.
up.
It's like a 4-game tournament, or not 4-game, but 4-team tournament. It's Duke and KU, and then who are the? It's like
Showcase or like basically like a kickoff. It's like the Chick-fil-A kickoff,
Okay.
like things. I feel like it's like that kickoff weekend,
Furman.
you know?
Yeah, because they could play in the state farm.
Because
or
there's no
whatever.
tournament. It's
Yeah.
just like it's 2 teams.
Yeah, it's just like a doubleheader like showcase thing. They do that all the time in
Mhm.
November and December.
Yeah, it's not like a Maui Invitational or nothing.
Yeah,
It's
the Duke KU game should be phenomenal. Okay, Duke has obviously Cooper Flag, who is the #1 prospect, and probably it's gonna be the #1 pick in the NBA draft unless he has a terrible year at Duke. But the way he's projecting is to look like he's going to be phenomenal. Keeping Tyrese Proctor and Caleb Foster, especially Foster, if he's able to shoot the way he had been for Duke last season, be a phenomenal play. Losing Roach and losing, honestly, Mitchell is a little bit, but not too bad because the incoming freshmen are more, you have more bigs coming in than you do guards. So you kept those two really good guards to help out those bigs really flourish. On the Kansas side, you got Hunter Dickinson and KJ Adams, then DeJuan Harris coming back, obviously, nice little power trio. And then you add guys like Zeke Mayo and you add AJ Storr from Wisconsin, who was really tearing it up at the end of the season. You got Riley Krugel, you got Ryan Griffith coming from Alabama. I think Bill Self has done a phenomenal job at rebuilding the bench they did not have last year and adding really great players around him. I'm going to personally take Kansas just because of the experience level at that time frame. If this is in February or close to March, I might take Duke just because at that point that team will really be formed and Cooper Flagg won't be nervous anyways, but it won't be as much pressure on him in the first time. So I personally think KU will win it since it's early on, but it should be a hell of a match. So that is the last thing we have for that. I have my quick power.
Real quick on the Vegas showdown, whatever they got going on. So the other two teams are Seattle U and Furman. And Seattle U has agreed to play Duke and Durham the next weekend, and Furman will play Kansas and Lawrence the next weekend. Cool. So that's that's the game that they started off with is Seattle University versus Furman, then Duke KU in T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. That's awesome. Good insight there. I mean, I didn't realize that that's
heritage is all about.
But I've got this new segment starting up. I've got the PC Power 10, just the top 10 teams I currently think for college basketball. I'm going to say this real quick to the dudes. None of these guys know my list yet, but just want to see if they have any reactions on what they think. I'm going to start from 10, and then I'm going to go to 1. Just give it a little bit of insight on this, and then we'll move on to MLB. K-Stel, are we ready for that, or you want us to flip over to UFC?
We can flip over to UFC.
All right, we'll flip over to UFC, and then we'll come back to MLB here in a little while. But here are my PC college basketball corner top 10 right now. At number 10, I've got the Auburn Tigers with Johnny Broome coming back under Bruce Pearl, looking to make more waves in the SEC. Tahad Pettiford is a great transfer coming in for them, and he should do pretty well. At number 9, I have Texas A&M with Wade Taylor. And I like Wade Taylor a lot. I picked him last year to be the SEC Player of the Year. They did not play as well, but they've returned a lot of their players and Wade Taylor too. I think that the SEC is a big jumbled mess now with Calipari being gone and going to Arkansas, that there's new rise that's coming in this, and I think Texas A&M could be that team for them. Right now I have Baylor at number 8. Scott Drew stayed in Waco, and so Langston Love and Jaden Nunn are back, which are huge for him. Big transfer, shout out from Duke, Jeremy Roach. Should be a great point guard for the Baylor Bears this year in the Big 12. And then also don't forget about Norchad Omier. He's a transfer from Miami who is all he's done is win. So that team's really good. And then they've got a very good 5-star freshman in VJ Edgecombe. He should be fun to watch there in the Big 12. At number 7, I've got Alabama. So a Final Four returning Grant Nelson and Latrell Washington, and the main guys for Nate Oates. The reason I have them so high is I really like Clifford Armori from Rutgers. This transfer, this big man, should pair really well with Grant. Kind of think of a Minnesota Timberwolves type where Omori's going to play inside and Grant's going to be able to extend to the three-point line and drain buckets and all that. So I think that'll be a really great pickup for Nate Oates. And then also the freshman that was supposed to go to Kansas but ended up transferring or back out is LeBaron Falone, who should be really, really good for Alabama. A nice key piece for them. At number 6, this may come to a shock to one of our dudes, but I have the Duke Blue Devils at number 6. I think 5-star freshman Cooper Flagg is going to be awesome, obviously, and I think their 5-star freshmen are going to be incredible all year. I think it's going to take them a little bit to reconnect, but I also really like some of their transfers they brought in. Malik Brown from the main man from way out west, other team Syracuse, should be a really great piece for them. And then also my biggest pickup for them is Mason Gillis from Purdue. He's a three-point shooter. He was very, very good for Purdue, who made the national championship last year. And so I have Duke at number 6. At number 5, I've got UConn. If they lose Caravan in the draft, I personally think that Duke will jump them just because I think Caravan brings those pieces together. But back-to-back champions in the UConn Huskies, I think they should be phenomenal. Hassan Diarra and Samson Johnson. And also watch out for Liam McNeely, who's going to be a freshman as well, who should be really big for Dan Hurley. At number 4, I've got North Carolina, and the only reason I have him at 4 is because of R.J. Davis returning. ACC Player of the Year, just a phenomenal player for the Tar Heels. I think they should be great. Cadeau really staying, and Seth Trimble being that backcourt pairing. And then also don't forget about Ian Jackson, the 5-star, that should take the role of Armando Bacot. Then we got Iowa State at number 3. TJ Otzelberger is going to be a great for the Big 12. I'm going to be Big 12 bias guy, so I think Otzelberger has phenomenal defense. Guys like Keyshawn Gilbert and Taman Lipsey, who were there last year as a backcourt duo for Iowa State, were phenomenal. Then I've got 2. I've got the Kansas Jayhawks returning Hunter Dickinson, KJ Adams, and DeJuan Harris. And then I finally have Houston at number 1 with LJ Kryler and Emmanuel Sharp coming back. They have a ton of returning guys from that team. Losing Shed was terrible, but it is what it is. I'm also a big stickler that the number 1 preseason team hasn't won the actual championship in until 2014. So I don't want to put Kansas on that kind of bad hot streak. So I'll put them at number 2 and hope that ends up working out in the future. So recap rundown. At number 1, I've got Houston. Number 2, I've got Kansas. Number 3, I've got Iowa State. Number 4, I've got North Carolina. Number 5, I've got UConn. Number 6, I've got Duke. Number 7, I got Alabama. Number 8, I have Baylor. Number 9, I have Texas A&M. And number 10, Auburn. Any of the dudes have any thoughts on anything they see that they didn't like, didn't agree with, agreed with?
I like the shout out to Pettiford.
Yeah, Pettiford's awesome.
But I like the pick with Alabama, but I was like, I know, whatever. Like, being not biased, Bama's got a really good squad going next year, and they're going to do really good damage. And honestly, I think if they really do good in the SEC, they can be like a top 5 team. They have really unlimited potential, in my opinion, and especially. Is Sears just coming back? Or
that's to be determined. Yeah, I don't think they've announced
so
quite
if
yet.
Sears comes back,
if it'll
that's going to be
they'll
an
be a top
insane
5
team,
if Sears can come
and
back.
they will be super good. So I really like that team next year. And other than that, though, I kind of agree with everything. Caravan would be a huge blow, but I liked Aiden Mahaney they got from St. Mary's. He's really good, and that'll be an interesting team next year.
Yep. K-Stel, you had your hand up, sir. What do you got for us?
I'm not really upset with your list at all. I think it's a good preseason top 10, but there will be teams that will be making surprises. I know this is going to be not a hot take, but just a take. But I think Arkansas will probably stay in the top 10 for a good amount of the season. I think Calipari, and this is not a knock on any Kentucky fans, because Rep Arena is good. But down there in Arkansas and Fayetteville, that place gets crazy. I'm talking about Hilton Coliseum crazy for the SEC. He's going to have his best home court advantage coaching at Arkansas. And he's also going to have a ton more NIL money down there. And whatever player he wants, he's already got all these players, but I also think Baylor's going to be a top 5 team for a good part of the season. Roach in Baylor's system is going to be silly. It's going to be silly.
Yeah, absolutely. P4, you like where your Duke Blue Devils are sitting at number 6, or you think they deserve to be a little higher?
I wasn't upset at that. I think the most interesting point is no Gonzaga in your top 10.
Yeah, I like Gonzaga. I just think that they have a little bit. And the only problem with that is I feel like the WCC is a little bit too weak, especially St. Mary's losing a ton of transfer guys. I think they'll still be good. I don't know if they deserve to be in the top 10, but I could see why you would put them in their top 10.
Kyle, can I have a Reese's Pieces? Do you have enough to share?
Dude, I want some.
Dude, I got
3 at least.
4, bro.
There's another one behind
Jeez.
you.
Yeah, I was about to say. That's crazy.
Not sponsored either. Reese's sponsor us.
Kyle, like that
Reese's.
chocolate.
Also,
Like,
going
you
back,
like melted
Boogie
warm
Flan.
milk
I really
chocolate on your
like.
back.
I really like Boogie Flan for Arkansas. I think he's gonna be like a top 2 freshman of the year.
Yeah.
And I think
After the
that
5
team
for
will be pretty
Duke
solid.
Yeah, the freshman class will be really interesting. You know, this draft, we're going to actually have a live stream, I believe, for the first round of the NBA draft. Maybe not the whole thing, but part of it. We'll see what happens there, but that draft should be interesting.
Common Malak? How do you pronounce his name? This guy that's going to just be dunking all over the ACC next year. How do you pronounce this guy's name? From
Malak,
South Sudan?
Yeah, Malak,
Malak.
yeah. Yeah, it
I
should
like
be.
him a lot.
It
He's
should
fucking
be.
incredible.
It should be. And,
That's a good get for Duke.
Awesome.
He should
awesome
just
time.
enter the draft. He should go to like G League or play overseas or something. I don't know why he went to NCAA. I'd love these on Duke. I'm more excited for him than Cooper Flag or Con Canoople's pretty fun too.
Yeah.
White boy Con Canoopple from
Yeah.
Wisconsin. Just
It'll
fucking
be
balling.
it'll be something there at Duke. I'm not a Duke guy at all, but you cannot deny the talent that they're bringing in this next year. They are going to be a fun team to watch. Will it be a team I'm rooting for against most of the time? You're right, but not going to deny the greatness that Duke, the Blue Devils, are bringing in next year. So, that's, I think, it for the college basketball side of things. We'll circle back there in the next few weeks just to see if anything changes. Probably not a lot because lots of changes don't happen in between these next few months. We're going to have to really wait until about right before the season starts to really get a feel about how these teams are. But something that is coming up really, really soon is this Saturday, UFC 302 is taking place. Now, my main man from way out west, Mr. P4 here, sir. I have just a quick question for you. What is some of your favorites? We'll go through the entire main card together, but I just want you to give us some of your favorite prelims to early prelim fights or people that you think fans should tune into.
First fight of the night, Andre Lima. He's sometimes exciting to watch. He's 8-0 right now. He's 25 years old. He's 5'3", 125. He's Brazilian, kind of submission, knockout guy. He's pretty incredible, actually. Young kid coming up in this flyweight division that is always very highly contested. This is the first fight of the night, like I said. He's 8-0 with 8-5 knockouts, 2 decisions, and 1 unanimous decision. But that was on the Dana White Contender Series, so that was interesting. He only has 1 UFC fight, but it was a disqualification due to biting. He's the guy who got bit. So he's having a big fight to kind of combat that. And he's fighting another guy who's actually pretty good. Well, I've never heard of him. His name is Nyamjurgal Tumendibarelli. Dude, this
Say
is
that again.
crazy.
That's not a real name.
Say it
That's
again.
not a real name.
Wait.
No, say it again. Say how you just said it again.
Narmajargal Tumendibarel.
Nyman Jarger Tubinderel. Yeah. From Mongolia.
Yeah, so we'll see. So this guy, he ended up getting bit. On this, it says he's fighting Match Raposo, 9-1. So we'll see if Sheerdog or UFC has the correct whatever. But that guy looks fucking scary. Holy shit. Kick the shit out of you, Kyle. He'd turn you into a Reese's piece.
They would all turn. They would
Throw
all
his
kick
peanut
the
butter
crap out
cup
of
to
me.
the pieces.
Yeah, so that should be. I mean, it's the first fight of the night, but I think it's an interesting fight. Obviously, there was a little bit of stuff going on with Andre Lima when
Yargle.
he went through that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how
Yargle.
Nyman Yargle.
Nyman Yargle.
Nico Price, he's always interesting. That's the first fight on the prelim. Phil Rowe is on the card. Grant Dawson's on the card. It's not the biggest card. It's in Newark, New Jersey. So get your Soprano stuff ready.
Dawson's
Hey,
bouncing back
Bison.
off the L, ain't he?
Yeah, Dawson.
He took like a year ago, right?
kind of a bad loss too because he's 20-2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he lost
was
to Bobby
rough.
Green. He got
Yeah.
KO'd by Bobby Green in the first.
Like the
30
first
seconds.
round. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that was rough. So he's looking for a bounce back.
But he was coming up. If he would have beat Bobby Green, he's probably fighting on the
Yeah.
fucking
yeah, he,
not the main event, but like
Yeah.
the main card.
He's a
for
lot
this
more
fight.
known than he is right now. He needs a bounce back.
Yeah, for sure. Then if we get into like the main event, as we're saying, yeah, no one really else worth mentioning. Even on kind of the Jolton Almeida's interesting. He's an old timer though. We'll see if Alexander Romanov from Moldova.
Didn't he get
we'll see
smoked
what
by
he does.
Blades last fight? Almeida?
Romanov.
No,
Or
Almeida.
Almeida. I think he
Romanov,
did.
I don't even really know.
Yeah, got
personally.
whooped by Blades after he beat Derek Lewis. I mean, he has some good wins, but he's also an old timer. He's 32. This is kind of his last chance, last hurrah right here. Let's see. Alexander Romanov, 17-2, 6 knockouts, 9 submissions. He beat no one important by decision on July of last year. Lost to Alexander Volkov, the tall guy. So that's
What
not.
date was that?
That would have been March of 23. TKO. But then we kind of get into it with Kevin Holland, Michael Oleksiejczuk from Poland, another Polish hammer kind of guy. He's got some really heavy hands. 29. He's only 6 foot, so Holland has like a pretty height advantage, whatever that means. He lost to Michael Pierre in his last fight, but has beat Cody Brundage in the past. He has some good wins. Lost to Overe St. Preux early in his career. No contest, Khalil Roundtree.
He's going back down to middleweight, by the way. Or back
Yeah,
up to middleweight, excuse me. Right? Yeah.
Michael or Kevin?
Kevin.
Kevin, because Michael's he's 6
Yeah.
foot,
Yes.
but he's also fought at light heavyweight before.
No, I was
Where
talking
Kevin's
about
more-
Kevin, though.
Yeah.
Kevin
Yeah,
fought
Kevin's
MVP
a
at welterweight, and then
Yep.
he now is
Isn't
back
Kevin?
at
Kevin's on the
middleweight.
main card, right?
Correct. He is the third. Yep.
Third from the top.
Mhm.
Then co-main event, big fight, 5-rounder, which is interesting. Paulo Costa versus Sean Strickland. Now this
This is
this
fun.
whoever wins this
So
gets
much
to
fun.
face DDP and Izzy
Yeah.
probably.
Correct.
Whenever
It gotta
that
be.
happens.
Yeah.
At 307. After 307, that's gotta be it. Yeah.
Okay, so do we think Izzy versus DDP is going to be 307?
Yeah.
307.
Do we know where that's
yeah,
at
I
yet?
think Australia.
Okay,
I'm
that's
pretty
the
sure
birth card.
because Dan
That's the
Hooker's
birth
going to be fighting Fiziev in his return. I'm pretty sure that's
Gotcha,
rumored as
Robbie
well.
Alpha Sal.
That's going to be
Uh,
fun. Fiziev. I looked it up and it's in the video game. Continue.
But interesting fact about Paulo Costa: every time Paulo Costa has fought on a card where a belt was being determined either during that fight or later, Paulo Costa, regardless on his outcome, the champ, or if Paulo Costa wins his fight, the champion loses his belt. That's been true for every Paulo Costa fight.
Yeah, the champ's like 08 or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
or
like,
at
I
least
think
when he's like on the card.
He was a part of the card that Jan Blachowicz ruined Izzy's chance at double champ. When at light
Yeah.
heavyweight, Izzy beat Jan Blachowicz beat
Yeah.
Izzy. So if Costa wins, it'd be interesting to see Dustin Poirier. And this is a good fight between Strickland and Costa.
Yeah.
It may be kind of overlooked by the memes and the
This is
kind
gonna
of
be
pre-fight.
Strickland,
crazy,
they can.
dude.
Both those
I'm
guys can
so
throw
excited.
hands.
If
Yeah.
Costa gets Strickland by the by the gate, dude, that's gonna be so fun.
Like,
They're gonna be just
Strickland's just
slugging.
gonna
They're gonna
talk
go out.
crap the entire.
They're gonna try to finish this fight. I do not think 5 rounds.
I mean, think
Yeah,
about
They're both gonna be fucked.
think
up.
about those two matchups in Kevin Holland who just talks shit the entire time, and then you get Strickland in there who just talks shit the entire time. Like that's just how
And then
it
the
is.
main event of the evening,
Yeah.
Dustin Poirier, Islam Makhachev. Finally, it's
Diamond.
Poirier's time. Diamond, the boss, Dustin Poirier, Louisiana Swamp Trash, 30-8, gets his opportunity after a really, really absolute incredible showing by him after his loss for the BMF against Justin Gaethje. He ended up beating Denis Saint Benoit Saint
Benoit.
Denis,
Yep.
his name.
Benoit.
And really put that guy's hype train in a stop, because that guy, he was real big. Like, if he won that fight, he's the guy in this
Yeah.
position right here. Also probably worth mentioning, Armand Tuskerian, who ended up beating Charles Oliveira on one of the last big cards,
Yeah.
300. He turned down this title fight, which is interesting, especially for Armand's career. It's almost kind of like a DDP situation where it's
Yeah.
like, dude, we gave you the opportunity to do the thing that you wanted this whole time, but whether it be injury or whatever, it's kind of getting into this, I don't want to say load management era of the MMA, but I mean, back in the day, if you think fucking Rampage or one of these
Right.
other GSP goes, hey, actually, I know this is what I've been waiting for. Like, you imagine Connor showing up to a fucking press conference, and they're like, hey, what do you think, Connor? And he goes, oh, I think I need like 2 more fights before the belt, and I'm hurt. It's like, no, then Connor's, all of his mystique goes away. Connor's on fucking high on drugs, getting his dick sucked at Live nightclub right
Yeah,
now.
that was nuts.
And he has a fight in 6 weeks.
He just, absolutely
Fight camp.
just got.
Fight camps.
It's really changing
Pretty
these
new.
days.
Him and Ryan Garcia.
It's just
Oscar
wild.
Day's
Are
gonna
they
be
singing for
promoting
are they singing for
303.
orangutans? Are they
Dude.
rapping for orangutans?
It's so
in
bad,
bins?
bro. It's so
And I
bad.
told you I will come in. Are they driving?
We'll see. Dustin Poirier versus Islam. This is a big fight. I really like this fight. I think it's a good stylistic fight. Dustin Poirier shaved his head, so he won't be doing this fucking thing the whole time. I like Dustin this fight, fellas.
Really?
I think Dustin can get it done. I think Islam, he's only fought 45ers. His last 2
Man,
fights
but-
have been 45ers.
Islam's just going to be on the ground and tiring. Like, by that second round, I have a bad feeling Poirier's going to be gassed.
Don't be silly,
And-
jump the gilly.
You gotta
No,
jump
dude,
again.
Islam
Bunch of
will
gilly
You gotta
Islam
jump. Gilly
will
geese
act
running
like
around.
he's gonna
Got
be,
it.
his
That
life is
neck's
on the line
out.
if he
That
gets in a
neck's out.
guillotine. He would lose in any other way but a guillotine.
Kyle,
Like,
get over
there's-
here. Let me
that'd
jump
be
the
the
gilly.
funniest
That'd be
thing.
so funny.
I'm a gilly goose
so
over here.
funny. Gilly goose.
Oh no, I Poirier, dude.
It'll be
Fuck,
fun.
I hope he
hope
wins.
I hope he
really
gets
hope
him
he
with a
wins.
hook. If he gets him with a hook, that'd be the
I
best
hope
ending.
he sleeps him.
That'd be the best ending. But
Sleep the Russian.
I
Dude.
just it being reasonable. I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough.
That'd be
It's
nuts.
definitely.
That'll be.
We'll see. And if he doesn't get this is probably his last chance. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe he can fight for the BMF or something again, but if Islam wins this, he's probably going to go up and fight like Leon Edwards, get his double champ spot.
Yeah.
He's definitely going.
So,
So double champ. Yeah.
We'll see. That's 302. Like I said, it's in New Jersey.
Or below.
Pay-per-view starts. Yeah. Thanks, Nick Howard. Clip it.
Oh jeez.
We never know.
That's a good fight. I like it. I like this fight.
It's gonna be a
the
great.
undisputed title for not middleweight, featherweight.
Yeah. This should.
Lightweight.
Is it? I thought
Lightweight.
millweight.
155.
Oh,
little
lightweight. I'm tripping. Yeah.
Lightweight.
Millweight.
Yeah, it should
yeah,
be.
no,
It
millweight.
should be. A
Featherweight's
That's it.
45. Paul weighs
phenomenal fight.
other class with Volt.
And millweight's
Um,
DDP.
Yeah, so that's so that's pretty much 302. Dudes, if you have any points to make about the card anywhere, Kevin Holland, Sean Strickland, Paulo Costa, Islam Makhachev, Dustin Poirier.
I'm pretty much said all I needed to say.
Yeah, the
kinda
only
as you were
guy
going down.
I kind of wanted to point out was I really like the Randy Brown kid in the very first part of the main card. He just came off a TKO in the first round, and can't remember the guy he's quite fighting, but he seems like a nice guy that could be up and coming. That's trying to start that peak of his prime, about 33, 34 years old. So just watch out for that guy in the very first. It's the first match of the main event or the main card. I think should be an interesting fight. And then I honestly love Kevin Holland so much. I think he's just a dog, and he's just ready to. He's just talking crap the entire time, back and forth. So fun to watch. I hope he has
It'd
another
be sick to
highlight
see
reel.
him get another good run. in
Yeah,
his
just
career,
another.
For sure.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just be a nice time for it. So I personally like that. I think the card's gonna be great. I will be on a float trip. Unfortunately, I will try my best to be able to stream the most of it, but it should be one hell of a card.
Yeah, there
Very
you
much
have
agree.
it.
Yeah, absolutely. Mr. K. Stelt, do you have some MLB stuff for us?
MLB, yeah. Hey, the Cards, they're doing well. They're getting up there. They had a tough game today.
Yeah, I mean,
P4,
whatever.
the Mets, it's...
Walk off, baby.
Hey.
Walked it off today. Omar Narvaez, his
Hey, there you
first
go,
home
Mets.
hit of the season.
There you go,
Our
Mets.
catcher, first home hit of the fucking season. It's in bottom
Go
of
Mets.
9 to win
Go
it.
Mets. Go Mets, go.
All about the Mets, baby. All about
Yeah,
the
I
Mets.
was just gonna run over the standings a little bit, and then I have a little game we're gonna play.
Okay.
Little game we're gonna play. It shouldn't take too long, and the rules are really simple. I'll just go over the standings real quick. We'll start in the American League, go over all the way to the East. The New York Yankees, they're doing well. They're basically leading everything in all the categories. They're 37-18, but the Baltimore Orioles have a 4-game win streak, 33-18.
Oh,
2 games back. They're 2 games back behind the Yankees, and the Yankees are 37-18. That makes no sense. Let's go over to the AL Central, the Cleveland Guardians. They can't stop winning. They have 9 wins in a row. That's a ton. J-Ram is going silly. David Fry. Do you guys know David Fry? No one knows David Fry. He's got an on-base percentage of 500. Every time he goes up to the plate, he's getting on base 50% of the time. That is ridiculous. Royals, who were,
Every 2 votes.
on their tails, lose one today. Win the series in Tampa. Let's go over the AL West. The Seattle Mariners, not the greatest record, but they're ahead in the West. Their pitching is doing their business. Their offense, we need to ask some questions about. They're 28-26. Won today, though. Philadelphia, right now, best record in the MLB. They're 38-16. They lost today. Atlanta is 6 games behind them. Ronald Acuna Jr., prayers up. He's out for the season.
Avoided is scary.
and
No.
No, he's
I
out
thought
for
it
the
was-
season. Tore his
Out for the
ACL.
season. He tore his ACL. He's out for the season. The hangover of an MLB or NL MVP couldn't go any worse. So the Phillies are kind of taking control.
Rest
of
in
the
piss.
NL East.
It
NL
hasn't been about
Central.
the Mets since the 80s.
NL Central it looks like anyone's game here. Milwaukee's 30-22. They lost today. Chicago, they lost today. St. Louis, they won today. They're only 5 games back from first place. You never know in the NL Central. And the Dodgers are still atop in the NL West. They've lost 5 in a row, but they're still 11 games over 500. Man, it just must suck to be an LA Dodgers fan. San Diego, they're 500 right now. Arizona, my team I picked to win the World Series, they're 3 games below 500. Poopy, stinky. But that's what we got for the standings. Only big news is Ronald Acuna out for the season. That must stink. For
That's
Braves
pretty crazy.
country.
I did not
But
know
guys, here's the
Honestly.
game. We are picking MLB teams. Now we're not gonna. We're gonna pick at 3 categories. All right. We have to pick our infield. We have to pick our outfield, and we have to pick our starting pitchers rotation. All of us are gonna get the Cleveland Guardians bullpen, so we all have the best bullpen on our teams. What we'll do is we'll do a snake draft.
On the
I'll
Blue
pick right
Jays.
here, and we'll see who goes. We'll see what the order is. I'm spinning right now. Looks like PC. Oh my word! On the edge, Nick Howard. You were the first pick. Or wait, no, hold on, Nick. Would you like to be the first pick, or would you like to be the last pick? I guess pick wherever you want to be in the draft. It's a snake
Give me
draft.
first. Rip the Band-Aid off. Let's go. First round
So
pick.
wait, what are we
Nick,
picking? We're
first
picking
overall pick.
teams of.
So it's your team. You're gonna pick the starting rotation. You're gonna pick
Players?
your infield core.
Okay.
For a team. So you just can't pick Bobby Witt. and
Okay,
have-
great. Okay.
So like a team's
Got
yeah.
you.
Infield.
So a team's starting pitching rotation, a team's infield and an outfield.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't need to look up like all the stats. You can pick whoever you want. You can pick Colorado's infield, man.
Why would
for all
I?
I
I
care.
want to win. I want to be terrible.
I
Nick
think
Howard
I
first.
think I got it. All right.
The next
first.
pick or the next person to decide where they are picking, it looks like it's going to be PC. PC, where would you want to go in this order?
I'll go second.
PC second. Makes sense. And then me and P4 will see. We got, it looks like P4, you are up. Which place would you rather be, third or fourth? It is a snake draft.
Doesn't matter.
Or P4, you get the fourth pick. I will be third. Nick is first. PC is second. Kyle is third. P4, you are last. Nick Howard, you get to pick. You're the first one up. Who are you picking first? Starting pitching, anything, infield?
Oh, okay. So I guess my starting pitching right now.
You can start off with anything. You can, infield. It doesn't have to be in order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can pick.
I am a big fan. Let's see. From what I've recently watched, because I'll be honest, I've actually been watching some college baseball. But for MLB, I think I really kind of gone over. The Marlins have been pretty hot. Their starting pitching's kind of been rolling lately. But I think in terms of consistency, I like the Rays. Honestly, have a good crew going on right now. They're not doing too bad. Cubs started the season hot.
For
They haven't been-
their what?
For the rotation, their starting rotation.
Okay.
Yeah,
Rays
they have a pretty
rotation.
underrated. I'm not saying maybe it's the best, but I know it's pretty solid. They're always
Rays.
decent, and I think they're doing pretty well. Bradley
Rays
just came back. Taj Bradley, I do know that.
Yeah, he
just
pitched
came
against.
back,
Yeah, he
and
cooked
he's
the
been.
Royals today.
He's solid, man.
He
He's
cooked
a
the
young
Royals
one.
today.
He's like the AL East for all the young pitchers they got going on. I think he's the best one out of all of them. I really like Bradley a lot, and overall they just got pretty good guys. Because they have Saval on that team, right?
Yes, they do.
Am I correct? Yeah, he's pretty saucy. He's underrated, and I do just really enjoy watching that team pitch. So, give me the Rays rotation.
Rays, starting pitching rotation. Congratulations, Nick. Oh, there's also one other rule. I'm not allowed to pick anything Kansas City.
Ha! Great.
They have two positions that you could pick, but PC, you're up. Starting
Yeah.
pitching, infield, or outfield. Who do you want?
I am going to also do my starting rotation here. I am going to pick the Philadelphia Phillies starting rotation. I'm going to go with Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola being starter, and then don't forget about Tawan Walker. Those three guys are super
Suarez.
good. And
Suarez
Suarez too,
on fire.
man.
He's nuts.
Spencer Turnbull. I mean, there's just so many guys coming out of that starting rotation that is going to really help you, especially in a best-of-7 series. So I'm definitely going to take the Philadelphia Phillies as my starting rotation.
All right, it's my turn. You know what? Starting pitching, I have to. And as much as I don't want to say this, I'm going to have to pick the New York Yankees. They are the leaders right now in ERA. All of them are pitching well, and they don't even have Garrett Cole in their rotation. Lucas Gill I believe that's his name.
Correct.
Is pitching like Garrett Cole. I don't like Nestor Cortez. It's the only guy I don't want in there, but he's doing whatever he wants to do. Marcus Stroman, he could go down the hill, but right now the New York Yankees starting rotation is ridiculous. And that's my first pick. P4, what do we got?
BC take?
The Phillies starting rotation.
God damn it.
Yes!
That was a pretty easy pick. I mean, it was either the Phillies or the Yankees.
Well,
The
guess
Cubs
my
were
number
good
3
before this
team
weekend.
Yeah.
would have to be all right, let's just get the rotation out of the way. We're going to go with the Boston Red Sox.
Yep, good pick. Good pick.
I mean, they're a bunch of young guys, and they're just playing absolutely fucking insane. Tanner Houck,
Tanner
is
Houck
28
is
years
nuts.
old.
Houck, yeah.
He has a 1.94 ERA right now.
He
Playing
is
silly.
filth. Yeah.
Silly. Silly.
Cooper Criswell, I haven't heard of this kid either. 27, 2.86 ERA. Garrett Whitlock, he's kind of their I remember seeing his name on like the Baseball of America charts and stuff. He only had one start this season, or one win this season so far. He's a 1.96 ERA, but he's on a 15-day IL right now. And then it doesn't matter because he's the closer, but Kenley Jansen's fucking
Yeah.
playing out of his mind again too. Then it's my pick again, I believe, right,
Yeah.
Kyle?
Yep. Snake draft.
Does catcher include infield?
Yes, absolutely.
I might have to go with the fucking Baltimore Orioles then.
It's a pretty. I mean, yeah, right now, I guess. But
I mean, come on, that team's pretty good. Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gunner's my MVP
He's
leader
yeah,
right now
he's
for
insane.
the AL. Bobby's close.
and
but
you know
Gunner's
what? The
crazy.
best thing is about it, Kyle, is I
What?
left the Royals for you.
Oh, you didn't hear. I'm not allowed to pick the Royals out of anything. But the only Royals thing I would pick would be the infield. But I can't pick them. So you get the Orioles infield. I'm gonna keep it real nice and easy. I'm going with my outfield, which is what you don't want to do. But guys, I think my team is going to be the New York Yankees because I'm picking the New York Yankees outfield. I have Aaron Judge. I have Juan Soto. I have Alex Verdugo. Are you kidding me? I got two guys with their OPS close to 1,000. I guess Aaron Judge's OPS is over 1,000. Alex Verdugo is a great 5-hitter, and Juan Soto could possibly be the MVP this season if he keeps playing the way he is. So I basically have the New York Yankees as my team right now. PC, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm going to go with my outfield right now. And, I don't watch a lot of baseball, but, just kind of knowing a little bit. I think I'm going to go with the Texas Rangers outfield with Garcia, Carter. I know Carter's not playing very well so far this year, but he can still be good. And then Tavares, too, as well. Those guys should be great.
Streaky. Streaky.
Yeah, who knows what's going to look like in the next month or two. Right now, they're starting off a little bit slow, but you never know what's going to happen. But those guys are reliable dudes, so I'm going to take the Texas Rangers outfield.
Nice. Nick Howard, your turn. Infield, outfield.
I think for as far as the infield goes, I really like the Diamondbacks, how they said how they carried over, and Christian Walker is really underrated for them, and I know they haven't been really excelling or like a kind of streaky team like everyone kind of projected they are, but they're doing pretty decent still. And like I said, Christian Walker's done pretty good. Ketel Marte is just this incredible veteran they have. Corbin Carroll offensively has been a little rough, but he's doing great defensively again. And they got Gurriel out there, and honestly, it's a solid team all around they got for their fielding. But I'm gonna go and take their infield because I really like their two that they have on the side.
And now, Nick Howard, you get your last pick.
All right.
Snaky round.
I guess what for the outfield?
Outfield, that's it.
I guess I will go with. Is Harper in playing fielding again?
He's first baseman.
He's a first baseman.
He's first base. Yeah, I forget. He transferred back full time. I don't really know where I would go for the outfield then from what hasn't been picked. I guess right now I would say that the Brewers have a really good thing going on. As much as I say it, like I was thinking their streak would stop, but right now, like Yelich is clicking, and they really got a good set out there. Their center fielder's a stud. I forgot what his name is 100%, but that catch that he made was insane. The dive going back towards the wall, if anyone knows what I'm
Churrio?
talking about. Who?
Was it Jackson Churrio, their young
No,
kid?
Churrio is an infielder. I am positive.
He's a left fielder, right fielder.
Oh, he's playing the field? Oh, dude. Okay. But
Perkins?
it was not him at all. Yes, Perkins. Yes. Because, yeah, he was not a corner. It was a center fielder. And Perkins, like, just go out, Superman catch. It is so sick. And I saw that the other day. They really got a lot going on. They're playing aggressive. And the Cardinals are good, but I feel like if they come on a run with them again, it'll be another rough series because both teams are really hot right now. And Cardinals are trying to go back, but the Brewers' outfield is really carrying them this season.
Nick, You are the Milwaukee Brewers. PC, you have your infield to do.
Yeah, and I am gonna go with the Kansas City Royals. Just because I feel like Bobby Witt has been playing really well. They're playing well. It is only May. I'm not saying what Kyle Stelting says, where he gets all excited. We're still early in this thing. I
I
hope they
haven't
win
even said one thing today.
this podcast, but it's they're going to be a phenomenal team. Hopefully, they keep this streak going. You know, I like the Royals a lot. I just am a non-believer until they prove differently. So hopefully, they prove me otherwise. But for right now, I'm going to pick the Kansas City Royals infield.
You get their infield. Whose infield do I get? Ooh, I got 2 options. I guess I'm gonna have to go with the Phillies infield. I get Bryce Harper, I get Bryson Stotts, I get Alec Boehm, and I get Trey Turner. And I get oh my gosh, just forgot his name. One of the best catchers. Real Muto. I know Trey's out right now, I believe. Or is he back? I don't really know. But Alec Boehm is doing.
I think he helped them win not too long ago.
Alec Boehm's doing silly stuff. Bryce Harper's is a G. And Real Muto is just a fantastic catcher. I wanted to pick. I kind of was going back and forth between the Guardians because J-Ram is just going silly right now.
J-Ram is the...
And Jimenez is just a goofball, just hitting home runs left and right. But, yep, that's my infield, the Phillies.
I should have picked the Guardians.
P4, you're the last pick. Your outfield.
Now I have 2 options.
Okay.
They're both very good, and I think I have the best team.
Okay.
It's between the Padres and the Astros for my outfield. Probably going to go the Astros because Kyle Tucker's insane. Let's go through this OPS plus, or no, just the OPS of this Astros outfield. So you got Kyle Tucker, who's 27. He has 228 plate appearances. He's batting .281 with a .410 on base and a .616 slugging, which brings his OPS to over 1,000. In center field, you have Jake Myers, who's 28. Kyle Tucker's also hit 17 home runs, by the way. Jake Myers, he's batting .289. OBP at 357 with a .526 slugging brings his OPS to .883, which is insane.
Yeah, that's really good for. Yeah.
Jordan Alvarez, who, if there wasn't the DH rule, would be playing that other corner outfield. So
You can put him in there.
Yeah, I'm kind of considering him my guy. He's only batting .270 with a .350 OBP and 9 home runs, so a little bit of a slow year for him. But their other kind of like guy who's in the outfield is this guy Mauricio Dubon. He's 29 years old. He's only batting .321. He's a batting average of .321.
Contact hitter,
man. He's the worst guy who I have. But the Padres are pretty good.
They are, yeah.
I'll make this really easy. You're picking the Astros because
Yeah.
Kyle Tucker is on that team.
Kyle Tucker's pretty good.
You got the
He'll be
Astros.
back next year. He could be in there next year.
So the actual center fielder for the Brewers is Sal Frelick. Sorry about that, but Sal
Oh,
Frelick does really good.
Yeah,
Made an
he's
insane
another
catch.
young kid.
He is an incredible. Yes, he was born in 2000 actually. Just
Do you want to change your pick?
But for
Do
what?
you? Oh, you're keeping the Brewers.
I'm 100% keeping the Brewers, and
All
I
right,
actually
so
think that they're really
let's
good.
go over the
because
teams.
Churrio's really hot too, and he started the season in shortstop, or as a prospect, he was a shortstop. But they have Willie Adames, who is insane. So that team's actually really nuts overall. But yeah, Brewers for sure have a crazy outfield.
Nick Howard. His starting rotation is the Rays, infield D-backs, outfield Brewers. Interesting picks. PC, your starting pitchers are the Phillies. Your infield are the Royals, and your outfield are the Rangers. My team is basically New York, and my infield is the Phillies. And then P4, your starting pitching rotation, Boston, infield Orioles, outfield Astros. It looks, if we could put these teams in a simulation, it'd be cool. Oh, by the way, all of our managers, we have a collective manager. It's Ollie Memorial.
Can I have Terry Collins?
No. That's
I need
it.
to-
I want
No one,
Dusty.
man, no one wants the. No
I
one
want
wants
Dusty
the,
Baker.
I can't believe the Tigers outfield didn't make it in here. Perez and Riley Green and Kerry Carpenter.
Not bad, but
Not bad group.
I think Brewers overcomes that
Defensively, they're fantastic. But that's what I got, fellas. That's
Yeah.
the end of MLB.
Awesome. I've got one more segment here that I'd like to start with the dudes here, and I think you guys will enjoy this segment. And then you people at home can actually play along with us if you'd like to. I need the dudes to get either a whiteboard, as Mr. P4 has, or a piece of paper and a pencil. Here's how the rules are going to work, as these guys are like having no idea what's going on, which is the best part about this. Let's just wait. We can wait on the dudes a little bit.
Kyle's going to use a Reese's wrapper.
Searching around. Let's see who comes up with it first. He's gonna pull out the magical piece of paper from his desk side pocket. But as Mr. Stelting, I'm gonna wait a little bit on him getting here. Yeah, we just gotta make sure Mr. Stelting gets a piece of paper and a pencil ready for us. I'll explain the rules in just a little bit. But the dudes are gonna be live hopefully every Sunday, if not every other Sunday, to be determined. We're gonna kind of figure that out for you folks. But still, Mr. Stelting's looking around. He has plenty of Reese's, but cannot find a piece of paper and a pencil.
Bro graduated and dumped
does
every
not have
single
any
bit
piece of paper
anything important.
or a pencil. He's gonna hop back on and say he doesn't have any.
I
Okay.
don't.
Okay.
I can't. I don't want to look
All right.
for it.
Well, here's this. Okay, for next week, you're gonna need a piece of paper and a pencil. Okay, here's how this works. All right, I will show my.
Kyle, you're gonna have to sit outside of the classroom.
So, as you can see here, this is a new segment we are calling "Are You Smart or Dumb?" Okay, this is how this works. Okay.
Oh no.
I have 5 questions, okay, and they are either sports
Does Kyle
related.
already lose a point?
He should lose a point. You know, that 10-day contract being 15 minutes late, I mean, it
Oh, my
should deserve
word.
to be already getting a -1. But here's how this works, okay? Every week, I'll have 5 questions for the dudes, okay? We will keep track of points, okay? Some of them they're just random trivia questions, okay? Sometimes they have to do with the episode, okay? Sometimes they're just random, whatever, all right? We'll do this for 4 weeks straight, okay? At the end of the 4 weeks, we'll have a final scoreboard. The loser will have to spin from the punishment wheel, which we have not done yet, but it'll be something they have to do on camera. That's, like, obviously appropriate, but be pretty funny to see, okay? And then the winner becomes the new host, okay? And then we do a new month of questions and stuff. Just a kind of cool little segment to end off. Keep the YouTube fans that maybe don't like sports as much involved, okay? So, I have my 5 questions, okay? I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to think of the answer, okay? I'll have a timer on my phone right here, and you guys will give me your best attempt at the answers to the questions, okay? Some of them have to do with sports, some of them are just random trivia. Are we ready for the first question?
Okay, are we
Wait.
answering and then holding up, and then, or am I gonna go rapid fire?
So
answering
I'm
questions?
gonna ask you one question, and then I'm telling you to stop, to put your pencil down. Then I'm gonna tell you to show the screen. Then you'll put
I'm
it
using my
down,
phone.
and then I will move to the next question. I will keep track of the live stats on screen with us, and then each week
Awesome.
we'll go move on to the next one, and then we'll add points up.
Or are you dumb?
Are you smart or are you dumb? Okay. All right. First question.
Or
Okay.
dumb.
Yes.
What is the capital of Russia? 30 seconds. What is the capital of Russia? Do not use your other technology devices. Use your brains, folks. It's not that hard. What is the capital of Russia? You have a total of 20 seconds left. I'm going to flip it down to 15 because 30 seems a little bit longer, but we'll do 30 for this one.
Yeah, 15 is fine.
I'm wrong, I think.
All right, hold on. Is everybody ready? You got 10 seconds left. Here, we'll just wait.
Oh,
You'll hear the timer
shoot.
go off. You'll hear the timer go off.
I'm just writing it bigger. All right, there we go.
All right, that's the timer. Okay. Show me your answers. Wow, all of our dudes are correct with the first question.
Yes,
They
fuck
are
yeah.
smart. It
Didn't know we were
is
thinking. Didn't know we were
Moscow.
thinking.
Yes, sir. Okay. Oh, wait. 1 point for everybody. Okay, and we will move on to the next question.
Plus
Okay.
10,000 social credits, communist country.
The next question is
Owning is theft. The fact that we own anything is wrong.
15 seconds on the clock. Okay, your second question is who is the American League home run leader right now? Who is the American League home run leader right now?
Man, if it was the other league, I'd know. Oh shit.
Fuck, that was
I'll give you 15 more. I'll give you
That
15 more.
was-
15 more. 15 more.
okay.
Here you go. You got 10 seconds from now.
I think I got it. Second grader knows how many. I'm kidding. Right.
All right. That's the timer. 3, 2, 1. Show your answers. What do we got?
Is it show?
We got
Can you not see 'em?
Judge. We got Soto. And who are you?
Soto.
I can't even see that, Kyle. Who is
It's
that?
Kyle
Mac
Tucker.
McClung. It's Mac
Kyle,
McClung.
it's Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker.
Kyle would be correct with Kyle Tucker.
Shout out Kyle Tucker, my actual fraternity son. Don't ask baseball questions. That I will be
All right.
close.
Ready? Question number 3.
Wait, time.
Okay.
He's got Google up. He's got him listening to your voice.
All right, Kyle Tucker hit one today to go up.
Yeah, that's
I think
it.
it's 2. Judge.
Judge and Gunner both have 17. Tucker has 18.
All right.
So it has like 15.
Question number 3. Okay.
14, yeah.
Where is UFC 303 located? Where is UFC 303 located?
Just
Yeah.
look this up.
25 seconds. Where is UFC 303 located?
God damn it! I think.
I won't know, but I got a good guess.
I did too.
I'm done.
I think
I'm done. Done, teacher.
All right, there's the timer.
I hate
Show
that
me
sound.
your answers. Oh my goodness, Stelting is the only one wrong. It is in T-Mobile Center in Las Vegas.
That's such a cop-out answer, to be honest.
we got back. Are you kidding me?
Las Vegas, Miami.
It's the truth!
All right, question number 4. Where is the NBA draft located this year?
No. Bro.
Where is
What?
the NBA draft located this year? You got 15 seconds. 15 seconds here.
Dude, this is a
Nick just showed his answer to the crowd. He
I thought it was on the other
did.
side. I thought I was on the other side. I thought it was on the
3,
other
2,
side.
1, flip. And Nick's the only one that got the answer right.
what?
It's
go.
in Barclays Center in New York.
Barclays.
Yeah.
It's
always
in
in
the
Barclays, bro.
Barclays.
Always in Barclays. I just thought about that. I was like, oh, I'm totally overthinking it. It's
All right.
Wait, they always have it
Yeah.
in Barclays?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah
my
it's always
word.
the Barclays.
That's so lame.
All right, last question. Okay, who was the voice actor for Lightning McQueen? Who was the voice
man.
actor for
No
Lightning
way.
McQueen?
No way someone gets this wrong. I'll be so sad.
Kyle,
Dude, I'm literally blanking on the first
the
name.
movie guy is flaking.
No way.
No, I don't know. The
Punishment wheel is coming towards Kyle. I hear eat 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise on the list. I see doing the. You got something down, Kyle?
I gotta guess. Wait.
Kyle, what the fuck?
I got it. No,
Nope, you
I
got it,
swear.
you got
I
it, you
promise.
got it.
Three,
I promise.
2, 1,
You
go. All right, we got 3 Owen Wilsons there. All right, so we've
couldn't.
got.
No,
I was
that's
thinking.
Kyle
I was
bullshit.
thinking. No, I was thinking of the brother. I kept thinking of the brother who's on the Miller Lite commercial, and I was like, it's
So
not him.
at
It's not
the
him.
end-
So you were fucking wrong, and then
Okay, I'll take the punishment wheel.
No, the punishment wheel doesn't happen until the end of week 4. Okay, so you're fine. You have 1. So we've got the total scores. Okay, we have Kyle at 4 points. We have P4 Kyle's at 3 points. P4 is at 3 points, and then now Nick Howard is at 4 points. So going into next week, Howard will have the 1 leg up on everybody else. That is going to happen every single week. We'll see who's going to end up coming out on top, and then who is going to have to deal with the dreaded punishment. So, that's it for the Dudes of Sports Live cast, fellas. Let's go 1 trip right around again. Let's get the guys be able to have their closing thoughts. Let's go to the guy who was last here, Mr. K-Stel. What are your final thoughts for the people?
womp womp.
Mavericks are crazy, but Edwards is bananas. Like, he's crazy. But Cat and Rudy Gobert, stinky. Mavericks are crazy. Luka complains too much. Go Royals.
What a great saying from Mr. K-Stel. Mr. Howard, sir, what are your final thoughts for the people?
Dude, it's, just the usual around here. Good playoffs all around, good regular season. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of college baseball. It's been pretty crazy watching those tournaments as they get closer to the College World Series. That's coming up real soon. SEC Championship was today. But, it was nuts. Like, I've just been watching all sorts of sports, and, like, going everywhere you go, there's, like, at least at Display Sports.
Yeah.
Got it all around. And, it's pretty fun out here. Just enjoying the weather when it's not completely storming, and I have terrible connection. I'm glad I didn't crash any time during the stream.
Absolutely.
So, shout out internet connection since then. But, let's enjoy the card next weekend, and Champions League final is next weekend. We can get into that, but it's okay. We'll talk about it afterwards. Al Madrid, Marco Reus, final hurrah with Dortmund. It's gonna be fun.
Shout out Man U beating Man City.
Yeah, and Man City applauding Manchester United as they were honored with the trophy, like the sad sacks of shit they are.
Great final words there. Mr. P4, the floor is yours. What you got to say for the people?
Gonna piggyback off of Nick Howard's college baseball. Pac-12, moment of silence. Arizona with the walk-off win to beat USC in the Pac-12 championship in baseball. Quite possibly the last Pac-12 game ever.
My boy Kyler, a pitcher for them. Congratulations, sir. If you ever hear
very
this.
sad day for the West Coast. We'll see NCAA 25, fucking Rutgers versus Washington, for the conference championship is gonna be fucking insane. If those two schools are gonna be playing in the same stuff. Appreciate all the fans, and go Mets. Subscribe to YouTubes, Instagrams, Snapchats, whatever you got to support the podcast, and appreciate it. Goodbye, folks.
Well, that's it from the Dudes in Sports. I'm your host, PC. Like, subscribe, just like everybody said. Looking for us for hopefully next Sunday. Definitely follow the Instagram to have the updates for us. But we will see you guys next time.